Hello and welcome to Harris Voiceover. In today's video, we're going to take a short dive into the Grand Canyon. But before we do, remember to hit like, subscribe, and if you like what you see, hit that notification bell to never miss any new and upcoming videos. Now let's get into it. This is the Grand Canyon. At over a mile deep and 18 miles wide in certain areas, this giant hole can be seen from space. You can also make the drive to Arizona to get a closer look at this natural wonder. I would say you could make a day trip of it, but to see most of what one side has to offer, it would take you more than one. This canyon will take you around 5 hours to get from one side to the other, as it does not have a bridge to get there and it's 277 miles long. The only way is to take the long way, which is to drive around it by crossing into Utah and back on the other side. This magnificent crevasse is believed to be created by the Colorado River itself, though it's been discovered by scientists with what were called ugly rocks by John Wesley Powell in 1869, the first man to make the trip down the river through the full length of the canyon. That there were once mountains where the canyon lies today. These mountains are thought to have eroded for around 500 million years through various weather changes, causing the rocks of the mountain to crack, break up, and be carried out to the ocean. It has also been found, through various levels of walls through the canyon and rocks that contain actual seashells, that the land where the canyon is now was covered by the sea up to 8 different times. While covered in iron, which gives the canyon its red coloring, they have found that there are various layers of sand and calcified mud, along with the pieces of ugly rock containing garnets that can only be created by immense pressure. After the plateau was created by all of this change, plates of the Earth's crust had forced the land up higher. Streams from the surrounding mountains eventually formed the river that would further change the landscape. To throw a wrench into the original theory, there is another theory that has presented itself. This theory is called the spillover theory. In this theory, it is thought that several rivers had come together, forming a large lake that is said to have eventually started spilling itself and rapidly cutting down the landscape into the now formed canyon and the Colorado River as we know it today. There have been shells found in this area only found in fresh water that could be as young as 6 million years, possibly proving that there was a lake in this area that could have helped form the Grand Canyon much faster than originally thought. This timeline, through further research on materials found at the beginning of the canyon, has shown that the start of the canyon's formation could have started only 5.5 million years ago. The canyon to this day is still being slowly formed by not just the river, but weather changes, including the rain that expands and breaks away the calcified mud underneath the heavier limestone. Now we will take a quick look at the people of the Grand Canyon, the various things you can do and view at this possible prehistoric creation. Here's a list of 11 tribes currently associated with the Grand Canyon: the Havasupai tribe, the Hopi tribe, the Wallapai tribe, Kaibab Band of Paiute Indians, Moapa Band of Paiute Indians, the Navajo Nation, Paiute Indian Tribe of Utah, San Juan Southern Paiute Tribe, the Pueblo of Zuni, and the Yavapai Apache Nation. There are also people known as the Ancient Ones, who are found to have lived there starting around 12,000 years ago. There was also the Anasazi tribe that had vanished from the area around the 12th century. There have been artifacts, drawings, caves, and a variety of things found around the canyon to show who has lived and been through it, including Spanish conquistadors. There are also mysterious and possible myths of the canyon that have been left behind, including a possible city in a cave that may or may not have been covered up by a certain popular history museum, and the possibility of Egyptians and other civilizations that lived in the canyon, which I'll leave for a future video. So let's go ahead and jump over to a few things to do and see in this massive canyon. Let's start out with hiking, which is kind of a big deal here. There are many miles of trails at the Grand Canyon, including a trail that is said to be between 8 and 11 miles round trip and requires a bit more of an experienced hiker and also someone with rock climbing experience, as it does have a few spots you'll be climbing, but is 100% worth it. This is the Hopi Salt Trail. Or you can take the much longer rim-to-rim trail where you can catch both sides of this massive canyon, along with water spigots on the way through the trail and a store that you can check out at the bottom. The next thing to do here is mule rides. You can take the mules all the way down to the bottom and back up, or if you're short on time, you can go part of the way and head back up. If you do decide to take the full journey, they will take you to the Phantom Ranch, where you can stay overnight and make the journey back up the next day. If you're feeling more adventurous, there is also river rafting. I think it goes without saying that this trip would give you a whole new exciting view of the Grand Canyon. Take the week-long trip with equipment and food provided, or you can take a one-day trip. Either way, you get amazing views from the bottom and food. There are many places to stop and get great views here. Another place to get a great view is the Skywalk on the West Rim. Here, you can walk out on a glass platform and look down into the canyon directly below you. For those who are scared of heights, if you don't have anything to puke up while you're out there looking down, there is a restaurant to pack your stomach full first. There are also no cameras or loose items allowed on the Skywalk, but of course they have their photographers you can have take photos for you, for a price. The last on this list would have to be the train ride. The Grand Canyon Railway and Hotel has been running since 1901 as a way to get visitors out to the south rim of the canyon. The train will start you off at Williams, Arizona, and drop you off at the historic village where you can get a hotel room and take a nap before your canyon shenanigans begin. During the train ride, they do play out a train robbery with cowboys chasing beside the train, the robbery taking place on the train. Then to calm your nerves, there will also be live music entertainment during your trip. Whatever you choose to do there, make sure to check out weather conditions before you go and pack with warm and cold weather clothes, because the temperatures, even between the top and the bottom of the canyon, can change dramatically. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If there's anything you'd like me to do for another video, or even if you have anything to add about the Grand Canyon, let me know in the comments section down below.